EOCO has recovered 15.1 million defrauded from Ghanaians in an online investment scheme dating back to 2019 through virtual assets like cryptocurrency. EOCO from 2019, fraudsters are on internet so using different kinds of applications and softwares and programs. From 2019, sika beye $15.1 million. And now these boys on the internet in Ghana defrauding Ghanaians. And sa sika we are on the internet so far so area free Ghana for no nipa bebre ahwere omo nkwa. Ebi mo life savings were taken away. Obu ha sika odi ato ne phone so or they ato na account mu a or they kwa koto moja ma ne maame because you see week bia onto moja ma ne maame yare sa sika na yiraye ne maame yewu. You are telling me say we should hail crime and start to say election 2028 is in the corner. Let's get real. $15.1 million. People, Ghana for more Ghana. Yan mrebuniya, yes say, yan peneme yan for munkwe, omumu bi area Ghana for. But you know the effect? Because Antuwinti Wajinia will say, this is normal. Until say, yado papa said you sika beto account him. Na no papa so check your account na sa sika in them because obi send you link keke na omi aso. Na o papa said you sika na 20 million, 30 million, 40 million, 300 million. Na also orko tia ochina no. Obo se obe show papa one pass no wu. That is what we are talking about. That is the danger. You have no idea. People are hurting people. Defrauding people. So mami entiran kasa anyhow. Let us not hail crime. Let us not try and make excuses and say adani abechi we ko America. There is an extradition agreement between the government of Ghana and the United States of America. It is a why you so be we free America ni wa. E also tia say America for kwan so be ba befa wo de wako. We need to understand these things. All these monies were taken from Ghanaians, and most of the people are sa sika we nyina free omonsano omumu nipa bebrewu. There are people are ye defraud omo so keke. Sa momo ne defraud mo no obi atwa the person collapsed and died. Enyo maaminti. It hasn't affected you. It has never been you. Now the day it will be you, you understand the actions of these kids, whether domestically or outside. It is crazy. So let us respect these things. Yenya opportunity to speak. Mami ama imbebrune enjene say they have the right to do everything or anything. We need to let them understand. Emra okronim. The reason why African Americans in America they die a lot is because, with all due respect, we live here with them. Majority of them just don't want to go by the rules of the land. And I'm running in pleasing. As an African living in America, and I'm running in pleasing. And one thing about humans, we don't like Emra too much. But this is how the people build their nation. So if you are willing to live here, you have to go by the law. So that is why when you try to fight the law in a way that you know is wrong, the law is going to consume you. Yeah? There are so many people who are dead in Yeshutu or America. Not because racism is real in America. Racism. And when we say racism in America, don't say it's a white and black. There's black on black racism. There's white on white racism. So don't oti racism in America. Remember why you say broni bi and to siogu eye bibini bi so. No. When you talk about racism, there's black on black racism. There's white on white racism. There's white on black racism. So don't sit there when you hear racism. Oh, the issue is the reason why most people they be also way to police vote in the chi. Listen, one of the basic things that it can get you killed in America. And if it was in Ghana, most of you young people will be dead as I speak. In America, when you run lights, and as I offer red light to moi, you get a ticket. Yani eti DC ano offer light to moi, a federal ticket. Baby, I bet you $50. No, this year, I bet you $200. Now, so run a light, and I say offer red light. Na machine it na a capture card, no, a capture car number plate, a capture information. Na omu maili bro say offer a light we mu into a $50 tier. Now Gmail, no, now to training, no problem. Osako for another light na camera ni na capture number plate a G information in you were supposed to drive 15 and I will drive maybe at 35 20 now omu meli bro say bitia now to training. When those tickets pile up at a point they become warrant. And in I say in brandy bi ukruma na eba ukruma ye nyina ebewu. So those tickets, when they keep coming, and you keep ignoring them. At a point, those tickets will turn into warrants. Now, what happens is they say, so what New York City, what Washington D.C., what Virginia, Maryland, wherever. Every police officer, because some number plate, say a Virginia number plate, say a DC number plate, sa baby a what sa state, every police officer or patrol bia computer city car, your number plate has been turned, you're the warrant at also. Or license automatically. Sa tickets not building up, I could do warrant. When you man not build it for months and months and sometimes years. It turns into warrant. In Tiakata Fono, they ignore simple tickets. That is at the end of the day, not going by the rules, not going by the law. But some people feel they can do what they want to do. Now, so on a police car, trafficking. Maybe the police car is going somewhere, and on a baby, and a police in a bedinichi. And a police say, you know what, let me run this car because they do it. Or do it here. There's a computer in the car. Or bet the number plate. I should know. I say this car is not stolen, and I say we need to take it to be a. About number no. That's who said this car. We plate no warrant. That's so. Take it also with your way to ya. And when I bet we. I can't afford to say we na. Subconsciously on him so warrant done so because when you say. There are a lot of tickets onyaya went ya onim. So majority of them try to speed off. That is what brings the confrontation. Into the moment of better we onim say ya china or ko jail. And that moment, for all you know, ebia, there are some things in the car cry they are not supposed to be in the car. Because obia, yaman the tickets bear 15 times one tiano, that person the likelihood say he's carrying contraband in his car is high. Now, the moment he hears that, police is in the boy, we, Gina, Boswa Wasso. The moment Obe Wasso, you have become a target to that police officer. At that point, you are a dangerous person. Into Albany, in our psyche, what stopped you from stopping for him to come and approach you? What stopped you from parking? So, in his head, while prepared that you can take his life, and he needs to protect himself. Or do a chiana of her colleagues, they say, the moment of a backup. That means who nothing there. Oh, ship it through. Or do a chiana finally. Or be park with china or park it. Or ban in sissy. Because when him say you are a dangerous person. Now, Sandy Panotica, no. 1, on percent or beko jail. 2, on him say or sa on your maybe or carry my ABN or carry sign your mano. So that person is finding ways. Maybe the person is intoxicated. Maybe on the and I say maybe wabowi and I say wanu cocaine. You don't know. What happens is anytime the police comes and say hello, sir, hello, madam, how are you? They start to get confrontational. Because normally when people are guilty, they are more confrontational. That is what sparks those. Because remember, police no kutetuono. He has so many reasons to explain himself. So if you don't even want it to get to that point, pay your ticket. Do not run from him. Try and explain yourself. Because the person in the car, and I'm not saying say all of the time, the police are right. No, some of the police are deliberate. They are racist. They want to do this, but don't give them the reason. Do not give them that reason. I will never say America police have only been here. There are some police officers in some places. It does not matter. But I'm talking about a general issue here. In 20 pay, you need to sit and ask yourself why a particular group of people. It is because people commit crimes And you don't have to hold a gun to commit a crime. There are so many crimes that are committed without shooting anybody. You can drive from my house maybe 10 miles. Sakwana when I'm not committing crime by 5 because you have run 5 lights. Ticket. A crime. The reason I'm talking about this thing and say, me Martina Krumha, I've been stopped only twice. Martin America almost 15 years, but I've been stopped only twice by a police. The first one, he stopped me. I parked. He asked me, "Why did you run this light?" I said there was a car before me. The driver was distracting me because I didn't know whether he was going left or right, so I decided to go around him. Or assess the situation, or Jamie car, or Jamie license. Or when I have a clean license, he told me he believes that this is a genuine mistake. I shouldn't do that again. The second time, police jiname, nobody the car about me car too. That's it. Many police in your confrontation. One thing I am scared about is ticket. My wife does not want ticket to last in my house for more than 2 days on pay. When tickets me run, I know Obia will be feel running lights. Not ticket to buy in 24 hours. It needs to be paid. You don't create opportunities for these things. I am running with him. And Imrano sometimes, and ya Obia na Eden, and you did ye, especially when somebody like me, somebody who is black like me, you cannot sit in America and say, "Maybe I live in a neighborhood that is a rich neighborhood, so you are isolated." You are not. You are under. You can anything that is happening to somebody out there can happen to me. Anything happening to any black person on the street can happen to me. So I need to understand the laws are important to live within. And to me, I don't carry myself. When I'm driving, I have this thing in my head. Media in a very nice neighborhood. They don't fucking care. They see people equal before the law. And that is what you need to understand. And Samra, when you about Ghana, 90% of you cannot get on the street. 90% of you will not drive in Ghana. It is easy. So try not to put yourself in a position that will be so difficult for you, your parents, your family. Do not do that. Masa, embre wo kurum ha no. Say bogus na honest with you. I am telling you. Say bogus no no kura with you. O compound do so be America, obekwa abrochire. Emra wo kuruma, America kuruma nipa ni omote wo emra eni emra na te no. Majority of you people, you cannot live in that. Ghana is peaceful and safe and easy. Don't put yourself in a situation where you are going to struggle. Let the fast lane go. Inti, Ghana me crime to say it is something that I bet you will be into the whole Ghana. It should go down. Why this person? I didn't think I bet you will be. I didn't think I bet you will be because of what they did. It's because of what they did. The reason why Ghana I cannot drive is because I stay out of Ghana for almost 8 years. I'm back Ghana. I thought I could drive in Ghana. Now I'm just to my driving. From the airport to home. When I'm catching I can't drive in Ghana again. Not because I will be out of Ghana. Because I don't want to put anybody in danger. For 8 years, I stay out of Ghana, me back Ghana. When I was coming to Ghana, I told myself I was going to drive my car. I have my car parked in Ghana. I have my place. Me drew Ghana. I'm a driver every airport. You ever me free airport and me could do fee. And when I'm catching myself, I can't drive. Not because I'm better than anybody driving in Ghana. It is because I don't want to put anybody in danger. Because I don't want to cause any problems. Because I might try and follow some rules. It is rules I am following in Ghana. In that process, I might hurt somebody. I might create more problems. So I will allow somebody who basically is comfortable and understand. So I wouldn't get into a problem where I'm going to knock somebody down in Ghana with my car because I don't even want to get in front of the steer in the first place. I don't want to do it. I don't want to even get to the position where imagine say me drew a stop sign. Na mako jina na try to be the jam ko drive stop sign ko onima de kro. Because impulse. Because my driver had channel, me who stop sign my dream say menya ticket into also be jina. Ebia sex to the mechi. We who passenger with him or penentem or be claim me. My kids are in the car, my wife is in the car, my mom might be in the car, I might lose a family member. So at that point, I will not even indulge myself. And this is common sense 101. Common sense 101. Inti mama ma crime and yet say, yeah, beto abanti obi di bone. Musa adenti ne kufu ado mote so no. Adenti na sa America for amba kru amba chinipa. Adentra. Then it means somebody was covering up for somebody. It means somebody was making things easy for some people to dupe some people. Then it means some people were not doing their job. Today, when people start to do their job, then it becomes political. Why is it say people who were into this were not arrested? Because some people decided to protect some people to commit the crime. In Ghana alone, $15.1 million. You and I, our money, and for AUZ, internet, EDGs are free and sim. So don't let us not any opportunity to sit on TV, on radio, as hosts, as guests. Let us not justify anything called crime. Hey, Obindu Boneda, I have been robbed in Ghana before. I've been attacked by armed robbers before. My name is Iriwea. Yes, in Takrady. Don't ever underestimate Obi person do bonnet. I have been attacked with guns. My name is Iriwea. When I show you pictures, you will cry. It let us not justify anything called a crime. For politics, beto abanti obi di bone. Masa, udi bonia embrane bechew. I'm going to say this, and I'll say it anytime I get the opportunity. So when you're ready, dear, men di bone no. So otam Americani. So otam Americani sika. Na America for some bechew. Masa, embrace it to Okroma and say kasi a camera ni biachra. And people who live here should be telling people in Ghana. Ghana na obiasesa school fuegu ka ba kum nipa 30 40 na me na ka na chia. Aha say who the school ka chia. The school ka ni jina na stop sign ni pie. Who your president kra also twin. Wo betima say no Ghana. Who the school ka chi. School bus chi. Na school bus ni jina 50 times. Also jina 50 times. A Chinese school bus no. Ultimi yim fa ho. The moment the signpost comes out, ultimate bypass school bus no. So call papa ye kura or so chain. Oh, you're the president of the republic. You will have to wait. That is some of the laws. No, it doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. So school bus too. Now it does not matter why you're late 2 minutes. The moment a bus ni bejina wo nim na wo bus ni chi. School for this year, stop sign, you cannot bypass the bus. Obetman Ghana. Driver, when Jimmy Anna, Unimiansa, Nana no park on Peso Biabekobi, Uncle Baby also, a jantra for no cobo. Driver, when Jimmy, Nana school for it because the country of Peso protecting Quara. The reason why school bus Jina, what would it chin to me, and a what would it to me, banana say, Aquara every school bus ma. Maybe akwara or psychological problem. Obetuma be check room, obetuma faka dechi, obetuma bibia. So they make sure. Say akwara bi si. E mama will say parent bia so na akwara mu before the bus, the stop sign into mo amu bo, mo amu ko. Everybody stops for the bus to finish what they are doing. Say akwara 50 and the work adima. Say 30 minutes the bus will have to wait for the 50 kids to all get down or get on the bus. Emra we ni etimu ha. We are busy chairman ameti America. We are busy chairman. We are busy chairman ameti America. Okra woni baby krampo. Wo se won ti ase. Now how much more me? You people should understand. Nobody should make that argument. It's say the same Ghana will be better 8 years. Now call for a defrauding call for identity because people decided to defend crime. Under MPP, crime was being defended, crime was being protected. People put out a lot of real estate by duping people in Ghana. There are so many real estates in East Legon, Cantonment, they are empty. So many houses in Ghana, they are empty because some government allows some people to wash their monies. Who was he going against? Na then na ban sesa ene de America for to be babachi nipa undi boni America ni bechew kwame amwako a wote asankrigwa ade na FBI bechew. It is because you have not committed a crime, you have not engaged in something illegal. I will say this is the time we need to be asking questions. Say, why is it, say, after 8 years now, say we are seeing Americans come in because there's a treaty to come and pick people up. This is when we need to start asking questions. What was wrong? Some say 8 years of Ekufuado, Obiang committed crime. There was no fraud, romance fraud. There was nothing. The Americans, why didn't they come inside? Because some people blocked them from coming. Because now benefited politicians be. Because some politicians were part of the crime. They were working with these fraudsters to wash money. But should we always be at the receiving end? Is this how we wanted to bring up our kids? This is not how we wanted to bring them up. It does not matter sika abedi ni pensem. Se kronfo ko wie sika. It does not matter what the kronfo uses the money for. Obetumi to schools 30. Obetumi si asori dan 50. Obetumi hwe nipa 50 school. It is still not right. When you go to these countries to say Mexico, Venezuela, and all these places do you have money more than the cartels? Still, the DEA is able to enter their country to go bring Escobar ne El Chapo money ade. Are you powerful than them? Do you know what Escobar ne El do you know what they were doing for their people? But wrong is wrong. Crime is crime. That is what we need to understand. We need to understand, say, bonnet ya bonnet. Don't get yourself involved. We need to psych the young people to understand. Let us not create an impression, say, they can do things and that when they go wrong and we are coming after them, it is a politician, politician in Yashi. Your uncle for Mexico, your uncle for more other countries are more profitable things. Today they are dying in jail. I didn't know binding can say El Chapo. Uncle said, we munyano almost school, almost hostels, almost the almost boy minor. I didn't know binding can say no, we are going to protect them. No, because morally we need to understand, and Quran need to understand. Say crime is crime. Pablo, these are things we don't have to even. This is the time we need to sit on TV and ask ourselves, hey, so we lived with people like that. We saw them. Why were we not taking action all this while? What happened? Who was in charge? For 8 years, all these things were going on. Why we not taking charge? Why were the Americans not coming in? This is the time to be asking these questions. It means you handed over power to people who were committing crimes with fraudsters. That is the danger. It's really a security aspect. That's how the TV so. That's how Obeka say. And Abu Treka. And I could ask you the security aspect. The first question you ask yourself in your room is no. So this has been going on. So at this point, why are we seeing it now? Because from the records, from what we are seeing, this has been going on for years. For the past 8 years, there was a government in power. Why didn't we see this? Ask yourself as a security personnel. So imagine, Abiana boys way, with all due respect, not these people. Abiana Nkofobiti Ghana build the atomic bomb, which they have learned on the internet. Abia Omuni so much knowledge. And that bomb they were building in their communities, able to me and nullify a whole community. Now, and they are for now. Were you people going to sit on TV and say, why are the Americans picking them away? Say, Obiti Ukrum, and oye bomba, a bit me nullify a kunipa bear 300,000. Ewo Ukrum. Now, and the what one is Americans naba. Omo detective say, a group of boys and girls be build some kind of bomb. I don't know more building. They don't have any knowledge. So be a mistake it will be about 300,000 people would die in Ghana. Now FBI for Buru Krumo say Sanko for identify almost satellite net chase almost yadi. Are you going to justify? Are you going to sit and say I don't know and maneko? That's not justified crime, guys.